TV and it's going to be more men, you know, generally, mostly.
So we're here in Dungarvan and you're going to cook in the Tannery restaurant tonight. Tell me about what you're cooking this evening.
We're doing 3 dishes. Paul, thankfully, has done all the canopies and all the other fiddly bits. So we're doing a vitella tonata, which is a very classic Piemonte Italian dish, which is a bit surf and turf. So it's a tuna sauce and slow-cooked veal. And if you say veal and tuna, people are like, ugh. But if you say vitella tonata, they think it's delicious. And it is. And we do it with some pickled fennel, deep-fried anchovy. You know, it really is very nice. And then we're doing a monkfish. We're doing a monkfish on some cream chicory, a little bit of glazed chicken wing with a little smoked paprika sauce. So, you know, very simple, just natural flavours. And then for dessert, we're doing a little chocolate dessert with some passion fruit sorbet and a little mint jelly.
Yeah. And you have Irish roots. Your dad, Patrick, was Irish.
My dad was from Cove, yes. Unfortunately, he passed away when we were quite young. I was nearly 8, and so you naturally veer towards your mother's side, and my mother's side were all Italian. So in that respect, I've sort of pushed that side of the thing. And Corrigan Richards always give me a hard time. Because what are you today? You're Italian, you're Irish. And of course, the Italians emigrated to Wales, so I throw that in every now and again. He goes, oh, you're Welsh today. So it's a little bit of a matter. Yes, a lot of Catholicism, put it like that. Yes, exactly. A lot of guilt.
But some very good food, which is obviously why people focus on the Italian.
Sure, yeah.
And did you come to Ireland as a child much at all?
No, unfortunately, no, because my grandparents emigrated over, obviously, with my dad and his brothers and sisters, so it was all there. But actually, the irony is, it's very much a similar philosophy. I mean, we used to go to Italy as a kid, and when we came back, if we were staying with my grandmother who was there, she would stuff our bag with olive oil, salami and everything. She'd put all this stuff in there and you had to take it through customs like it's illegal. And then my mum, when she first got married to my dad, they lived with my grandparents and they lived in Ilford in Essex, which was where the big Ford factory was in Dagenham. So that's why a lot of the Irish went there. There was a lot of Irish people went there. And my mum used to, and because my grandfather was one of the foremans on the Fords, he used to ring up, however, contact friends in Cove and all, they'd bring people over. And they'd always come over. My mum said the bags would open with the chicken, the butter. So there's a lot of smuggling from both sides of the family, actually. But very much that, sit together, eat together, you know, very much that generous side of, you know, food.
Yeah, do you use them much? Do you get many good Irish ingredients in London, or is it still a bit of a...
I think you get fantastic Irish beets. I mean, Richard, again, is a great advocate of that. You know, amazing butters, cheeses, you know, salmon to fish. Unfortunately, because of the whole, it's a similar thing to Scotland. You know, like hake and these lovely fish, they always get exported down to Spain and France, which is so wrong. You know, you've got some of the best Irish crab, some lobsters. You know, I visited friends up in Donegal, and we've gone there and got crabs, we've got lobsters, and you're like, where the hell is all this stuff? And it's just being shipped off. So I think we all need to be a bit more, in England as well as Scotland, be a bit more patriotic and buy local. And then, you know, then you can do it. But you can see a point of view from a fisherman. If no one's buying it, he's got this surplus, he's got to sell it somewhere, and he's getting a good price, he's got to offer it abroad.
Yeah, it's a big battle here because all the systems are in place to just ship it out, and they know that there's a market for it there, and so there needs to be a pull from Irish consumers.
Sure.
So Irish people need to go into restaurants and say, you know, I want the freshest fish.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I came out to, I think Gordon, when he opened his first restaurant just outside Dublin, I was talking to Paul and I said, oh, where's all the fish coming from? And he goes, oh, well, actually, and I said, but hold on, where? And he goes, no, it's all exported. And I was absolutely, you know, I was amazed. So I think Ireland's got its bountiful supply of produce. It just needs to use it.
And are you tired of being asked about Gordon? You know, it's always
it's the same question of, you know, what's it like to be a woman? You know, they all come up, you know. But yeah, I mean, I just said about 10 minutes ago, I think someone, you know, he's a good guy and he's always been very good to me. So I don't have a bad word to say against him. And I think he's done an amazing thing for the industry. I think he has. I mean, the likes of Richard and I would probably have never been on telly if it wasn't for Gordon being the forerunner and all that sort of thing and starting it going. So, you know, I think sometimes people could be a bit more grateful because I think, he has done a lot. And now he's got another side to his career, so, you know, good luck to him.
And the whole TV chef, celebrity chef thing, I mean, it's such an explosion in the last 10 years. You know? And that idea that we're kind of food voyeurs, we're watching people do it, but we're not doing it very much ourselves. I mean, is there a way to... Do you think as a woman chef it's it's easier to persuade people that this is easy to do and they should do it rather than just talk about it or watch it on television?
I think it's interesting because you're right about that. I totally agree. When you go to festivals and people buy books and you go, oh my God, you must cook. And they go, oh no, I just buy the books. And you're like, whereas someone like my mum never buys the books but cooks every night. You know, there's two different people, two different sides to that. But I think I write a weekly column for The Guardian in London. And actually, I think that probably gets more hits as people actually making recipes than a TV thing, because we build it as quick, simple suppers on the basis that you can buy that stuff on your way home from work, and then you can make it. And generally, I mean, I remember being called one morning by my editor, and she said to me, Angela, you've had more hits about your fish cakes than, and I think the Libya crisis that was going on. I said, there's something wrong in this world now.
Do you think the Michelin guide is going to change? I mean, everybody's talking about the people blogging about food. I mean, I'm amazed at the number of people in restaurants who photograph their plates and then presumably put them online. And you know, the tyranny of Michelin, and you talk to chefs who say the star is too much to keep. You know, do you feel oppressed?
I think what you have to. I think you should never cook for your guidebooks. Michelin AA, Good Food Guide, or 50 Best Restaurants or whatever. You cook for your customers, and if you cook for your customers and you cook the food you want to cook, you'll be successful. I really do think it's that simple. I think when you start cooking for what you think the guidebooks are looking for, or what you think is going to get you a star or 2 stars, you're not thinking about your restaurant. And I've had numerous chats with various inspectors when they come in, and the one thing, if you say that to them, you know, I cook for, they're very happy to hear that, because they want you running a restaurant. You know, they treat it as if it's a guide for people to genuinely have an honest opinion. It's not there as this is what we think food is at the moment.
Final question, do you see the food culture, and I think Ireland is very similar to Britain here, in that very good food is expensive, very bad food is cheap. There isn't that democracy of appetite and you know, the ability to get really fresh food like you can in Italy. Do you think that is changing in some way, that people are, there's a better spread of
I think it's starting, but I agree with you. I don't think it's there at all to the degree it is in Europe. And it's funny, I just wrote a piece about that for Chef Magazine, saying exactly the same thing. And it's in its supermarkets to a degree who've destroyed, I think, the high street. So what you do is have these exclusive lovely butchers and fishmongers that are very expensive, because they're getting all this organic stuff in, and yet you go to a supermarket and you buy the same fish for a third of the price. So, you know, people on a low budget are going to do that. And it's markets as well. I've been in markets in Paris, and you can see everyone, and everything's out, from fish, from chicken, from fruit, from veg. And yet you go to some of the markets in London, it's about produced food, so it's all finished dishes, and also it's not cheap. You know, certain markets I will not go to because I just feel absolutely ripped off. And that's wrong, because it's good food. Good food should be affordable for everyone, and we've still, and I think you're right, Ireland, we haven't got it right in this country yet, and it has to be a government initiative, it has to be a supermarket and a consumer. You know, if we're demanding strawberries in January and green beans and blueberries, you know, they're going to produce it. You know, we should be saying, actually, we don't want to see any of this stuff, we just want to see local grown veg, and then, you know, it's a long way off.
Yeah. Started the Waterford Food Festival, it's a great weekend. Lots of people coming out, and every year it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Well, it's ambition. I mean, the thing about it is there's so many food festivals around the place.
What
I want to be like is Abergavenny, you know, and it's all down to the people that come, because it's kudos that I'm after. There's so many festivals around the place, but what's going to rise you above being parochial? I mean, I applaud all the festivals around the place, but it's when people, you truly get international names like yourself. I mean, Jason Atherton here before, Mark Hicks last year. You know, people say, well, these people are serious about what they do. So that's what I want to do. A very quiet way. I'm totally allergic to committees. You know, some people might think he's got nothing got to do with anything. He just turns up, you know. But behind the scenes, you know, my contacts have proved, well, one in particular, Richard Harrigan Affairs. You know, I do the asking, he does the cajoling. You know what I mean? He does the threatening. You know,
he's got the pictures.
And you kind of need somebody like that behind you. And Ross Lewis has been fantastic. You know, people like that really support what you're doing. And I kind of go, well, you know, would you give me a bit of a hand in getting somebody over here?